What's going on, family? I'm Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuff series. I want to show you a scrapbook with Johnny Wilson and Harry Greb. Now, these two men would meet one another 3 separate occasions. Johnny Wilson could be more different than Harry Greb in personality. He is to your right from Harlem, New York, and Harry Greb is to your left. He's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But let's learn about Johnny Wilson. His name was Giovanni Francisco Pianca. He was born March 23, 1893 in Harlem, New York. He died December 8, 1985, Boston, Massachusetts. Stood 5 foot 9 inches, weighed 145 to 164 pounds. Had the pleasure of meeting Johnny Wilson 2 separate occasions. The first time I met him was through a friend of mine by the name of Teddy. You heard me mention Teddy's name plenty of times. Teddy knew everyone in the boxing community. The second time I met Johnny Wilson was through a function. It was at a dinner. And Johnny Wilson was a soft-spoken gentleman, but it was a pleasure to meet him. Johnny Wilson would defeat St. Paul's middleweight champion in 12 rounds. His name was Mike O'Dowd. Met him May 6, 1920 in Boston, Massachusetts. They fought at the Mechanics Building. It was for the New York Sack Crown. And Johnny Wilson would now become a world middleweight champion. He would take on Jacob Soldier Barfield, July 1st, 1920. It was at the 1st Regiment Armory. It was in Newark, New Jersey. March 17, 1921. It would be a 15-round victory over Mike O'Dowd. It would be their second fight in New York's Madison Square Garden. And Mike O'Dowd he was out of St. Paul. You had 3 St. Paul middleweights that were jockeying for a position. Mike O'Dowd, you had Mike Gibbons, you had a guy by the name of Billy Misk. And they were all middleweights trying to get that middleweight championship crown to St. Paul, Minnesota. Now, Johnny Wilson would also take on a fighter by the name of William Bryan Downey. Referee was Jimmy Gardner. And he would call it a foul on Bryan Downey, in the 7th round. And Johnny Wilson would remain champion. But William Bryan Downey should have won that fight had it not been for the foul. August 31st, 1923. Pittsburgh Windmill. Harry Greb. He would become the America's light heavyweight champion in 1922 when he would take on Gene Tunney. He would eventually lose that title in a rematch, but he would then become the world middleweight champion when he would take on Johnny Wilson. And he fought Johnny Wilson at the New York's Polo Grounds. And that was some fight. Now, both men would weigh 158 pounds. January 18th, 1924, Johnny Wilson would once again face the Pittsburgh Windmill, Harry Greb. He would lose a 15-round contest in New York's Madison Square Garden. This time, the referee was Pasty Haley. Now, April 17th, 1925, Johnny Wilson would meet up with Harry Greb once again. This time was at the Boston, Massachusetts, and he would lose in 10 rounds. Now, to your right is Harry Greb. He would become the brand new world middleweight champion of the world. Now, to the left of Harry Greb is the promoter, Tex Vickery. To his left is the referee in this particular fight. His name was Jack Sullivan. And to your left is Johnny Wilson. These men would fight at the New York Polo Grounds in their first match, located on 155th Street. As we look into the Harry Greb scrapbook, we're looking at the fight between Johnny Wilson and Harry Greb. And Johnny Wilson had avoided Harry Greb many occasions. And he would actually quit the game, still holding the belt. He would take on William Bryan Downey, but he would have to meet Harry Greb. And when that happened, he lost his title. And he knew that was going to happen. He didn't want to fight Harry Greb. Here you have Johnny Wilson. Harry Greb, the Pittsburgh Windmill. Like I said, they fought each other 3 separate occasions. Johnny Wilson would face him all 3 times and lose to him all 3 times. Greb wins middleweight championship from Wilson on a decision in 15 rounds. Pittsburgh boxer, too speedy for Johnny in New York's title bout. But latter puts up good battle and is game in defeat. And speaking of Johnny Wilson, excuse the blur here. Just showing you an article of this particular bout. It's not going to be a long video. I just wanted to show you this match between Harry Greb and Johnny Wilson. Now let's take a look at this second bout. Now these 2 men would meet each other again. They would fight at the Polo Grounds in New York's Madison Square Garden. Then they would fight in Boston, Massachusetts. And Harry Greb would defeat him all 3 times. Trying to hold this camera straight, not easy for me to do. So I'm just going to show you a couple more pictures and I'm going to end this video. But I just wanted to give you a chance to see Johnny Wilson and Harry Greb. I just want to show you something real quickly as I'm going through this book here. This is Billy Misk. Billy Misk was out of St. Paul, fought in the middleweight, light heavyweight, and the heavyweight division. Last fight was with Bill Brennan. And as you can see here, he suffered from Bright disease. But he was something else. Billy Misk. This is the third bout between Harry Greb, who was to your right, and Johnny Wilson to your left. They were fighting in Boston, Massachusetts. So thanks for watching Scrapbook Boxing Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuff series. All great fights, all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Johnny Wilson, Harry Greb. Peace.